How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. It's Teo here. I'm going to take you through an awesome circuit workout. I guarantee you're going to love it. We're going to work head to toe, arms, chest, back, abs, and legs. And for today's workout, you're going to need a couple different resistance bands. And you can have anything, that looks kind of like this. The blue one in the pack that I have is the most difficult. The green is medium, and red is the easiest one. And there's different ways you can use these resistance bands. For some of the exercises, we're just going to need one. But for example, if using one and it's tensioned halfway, if that's too difficult, what you can do is take two resistance bands, and that way, the difficulty setting isn't as hard. But if you want to make it harder, you can also take resistance bands and combine them. You can use different colors too if you want to make more resistance. So go ahead, get your resistance bands ready, and you're going to need one that's tied in a loop like this, so we can take it and place it around our legs for some cool exercises that we have coming up. So go ahead and get your resistance bands and get ready to work. All right, let's go ahead and get this workout started. We're going to do each exercise for 30 seconds, and we're going to do a whole set of arms, and then we're going to repeat that whole set of exercises 3 times. So go ahead and get your phone out or whatever you want to use for a timer. You can try counting off in your head. First exercise, tricep extensions overhead. And there's 2 ways to do this. The first variation, you just step on the resistance band. Make sure there's not a hunch in your back or like an overarching position. Grab the bands, wrap it around behind you, and try to pull your elbows in as close as you can together. Don't let your elbows be really far out. Really engage your triceps and try and get your elbows to come up beside your ears or even past your ears. Take a nice chair stance. Make sure you're stable through your legs, through your core. And then extend your hands, knuckles together, all the way up overhead, and just do this for 30 seconds. As many reps as you can. Make sure they're strong quality reps. And if that's too difficult, you can also take a second variation. Come down onto your knees. Same thing. Make sure you're not arching or hunching. Squeeze. Get a nice strong stance. And then press up overhead. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's hit it. All right, that was a great set for the triceps. Now let's work into our biceps. Go ahead and get your resistance band. Step it under the feet. And if you want to make this exercise harder, what you can do is wrap your hands around the band a few times to add more resistance. And you want to take your knuckles face forward. Again, find that nice chair stance. If you want less resistance, just come deeper into your chair so you don't have to pull the bands as far. The higher up you go, the harder it is going to be on the arms. All right, get your shoulders squaring back, nice and strong through your chest, strong through your legs. 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead and hit your timer, and let's get to it. Remember to breathe. Big, sharp inhales, strong exhales. All right, crew. Nice job on those bicep curls. Let's get down on the floor for rows. This time, we're going to be working our triceps and our rhomboids and our traps with this big pulling motion. So level 1, you can come down on the floor with your resistance band, knees tucked in, and do your rows. Level 2 is legs extended. Level 3 is rows from a boat position, keeping your core engaged. Whichever variation you take, find a good resistance with your band. And when you do these exercises, don't take the hands out like this, like we're doing a big butterfly. Try to keep the elbows right in by your sides and pull your fists all the way back to your hips. And if you have enough strength, you can also try to get a little reach, get really deep into your triceps. And this is going to be really helpful for holding all of your chaturangas. Put 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Make sure your chest is upright. We don't want this position. Really pull your shoulders back. Next exercise, more getting into the tops of the shoulders, front of the chest. We're going to do some big push-ups. So for this, Set yourself down on the ground. And again, we're gonna be doing these for 30 seconds straight. So if you know you can't complete a lot of push-ups, make sure to take the knees to the floor, and you're more than welcome to put some padding underneath your knees if you need to. Make sure your hands aren't directly in this L shape. Kind of angle your hands out a little bit. This is gonna bring your elbows in, so we get these nice, clean motions through the chest. And whenever you come into your push-up, you don't want your shoulders together to be struggling like this, lifting up. You want to make sure you're pressing all the way through the tops of your shoulders. Keep your tailbone tucked under your belly, drawing in so you get this nice high plank. Keep the elbows wrapping in, and then whenever you're ready, start that timer, 30 seconds. Exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up. That completes our first round of arms. So go pause this video, go all the way back to the beginning and start over. And we're gonna do it 2 more rounds. So tricep extensions overhead, 30 seconds. Bicep curls, 30 seconds. Rows, 30 seconds. And then all the way back over to push-ups. You guessed it, 30 seconds. And then once you finish those 2 rounds, we're gonna move on to the legs. All right, you made it through 3 rounds of arms. Hopefully you're feeling the heat, feeling a lot stronger. Let's move on to legs. So 3 rounds, 30 seconds of each exercise. The first one are these goddess squats to a lunge position. And while you're doing this exercise, a lot of people have a tendency to straighten the legs up and then come down into their lunge. This disengages your hips, it disengages your core, and it relieves burden on the outsides of the knees. We want to make sure our knees and our ankles and where we rotate in the hips are really, really strong and firm. So always come back to this original goddess position. If you want added strength, take your arms out into cactus to make it really strong for your chest and shoulders as well. So inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, come up on one set of toes, rotate across, and hover your knee above the floor. Inhale, rotate back open. Exhale. Keep your legs engaged the whole time. You got 30 seconds on the clock. Get started whenever you're ready. All right, that was an awesome round of goddess lunges. Now we're gonna progress this. Instead of working on our rotational strength, we're gonna work on our explosive strength and see how high we can jump. So come all the way down. You can start in this goddess squat position. You can have your hands on your knees if you like, but see if you can take yourself all the way down into this really low malasana squat, taking your hips past your knees, fingertips all the way to the floor. And no arching in the back. If your back arches, just take your hips down and your chest up and come to a place where you can have a flat back. If you can comfortably get all the way down with a more or less flat spine, come all the way down and touch the floor on the way down. Exhale as you explode and really focus on pushing through your toes to activate through your calves. Whenever you're ready, set your timer, jump as high as you can for 30 seconds. Whew. I bet you're feeling it now. Next exercise, donkey kicks. So go ahead and get your resistance band. And there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do your donkey kicks against a wall or against a ledge with a little arch in your back as you come forward and back. Or you can do it from tabletop on the ground and kick. And we have some different variations that are really cool I think you're gonna like. So get your resistance band ready. You can also do this against like a countertop in your kitchen. I mean, really anywhere against a park bench. Come down onto all fours or find your ledge or your wall you want to press against. Take the band around 1 foot. Find a nice stable core. And as you inhale, come to neutral. Take your chest down. Exhale. Kick. And we have 3 variations. You can either kick straight up, keeping the bend in your knee for 30 seconds. And this works more of your hamstrings and the upper part of your glutes. Or you can take your leg and kick straight back, and this is more quadriceps and hamstrings. Or you can take the leg, point the toes, tap to the floor, and lift as high as you can. And this works your piriformis and your muscles right here that make that nice line under the booty. So if you want to lift the booty, do variation number 3. Get your clock ready, 30 seconds whenever you're ready to start, and exhale. All right, your 30 seconds is up on leg 1. Just take your band, switch it to the other leg, start your timer, and do 30 seconds on leg 2. All right, now that you've completed that whole set with the legs, the goddess twisting, the jumping, and the donkey kicks, go ahead and do that whole circuit 2 more times. 30 seconds each exercise. Let's do it. Now that we've completed our circuit for the arms, for the legs, glutes, let's work on this right here. Come all the way seated. You want to find a position where you're not crunching in the low back. If you feel like you have this round shape in your low spine, just take a blanket or something to elevate you, or bring your knees in slightly so you can use your legs to engage and draw yourself forward. First exercise, we're going to work this lower portion of the abdominal wall, our psoas muscle. And these are super crucial. Do these in all of your ab routines. Do these when you warm up for yoga or whatever sport it is you like to do. It's good exercise. Take your right leg, lift up as much as you can. If you find yourself leaning back, you're lifting by leaning, you're not lifting by pulling. So try to keep your hands behind you or beside you to push you forward as you lift. Out to the side, tap it down, back to center, 30 seconds. Get your timer out, let's go. When you're done on the right side, get that timer, 30 seconds on the left side. Pick it up as high as you can, out to the side, set it down. And you can put a block underneath your foot if you want to try and give yourself an obstacle to reach over, but just keep pushing, keep pressing. All right, now that everything's getting nice and warm, let's start to work our way up the abdominal wall, get the TVA really active. You can take your hands in front of you, or you can take your hands behind you. Work your legs out wide for our straddle pulses. Take your legs up, keep your chest forward, and then pulse your legs up to the sky for 30 seconds. All right, last one for these psoas lifters. Take a lean back, hands by your sides, point the toes, float the heels, exhale, lift up as high as you can. Get that timer out, 30 seconds. Whew, I know you're feeling it. Let's take a small break from the psoas, get down on our backs, and work the abs top to bottom. Some good old-fashioned bicycles. Take your hands beside your ears. We don't want hands behind the head so you're not pulling with your arms, straining your neck. Hands float beside the ears. Tap your shoulders all the way down. Extend one leg. Keep the feet engaged, pointed or flexed. As you exhale, reach across and tap the knee. If you can, try to get your elbow to the outside of your knee. Come all the way back down and switch. Get your timer out, 30 seconds. Nice and slow. We don't want these jerky movements. Try and be really controlled. And start. Whew, you crushed it on the bicycle. Let's keep going and work into our side abdominal wall. So come all the way laying flat to the floor. Take your legs up overhead, lower one leg down. Level 1, you can have the foot against the floor like so. Level 2, find extension. Level 3, keep the extended foot lifted. Use your right arm for support. Take your left hand and reach all the way up as high as you can. Try to tap the toes or take your hand all the way back to your heel. And we're going to pulse 30 seconds on each side. Let's get it. Bring your shoulder all the way back to the floor when you come down. So we're not just doing these. Come all the way up, all the way down. Set your timer and go. All right, crew. Same thing, opposite leg. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Get that full reach and come all the way down. 30 seconds. Let's crush it. All right, let's keep up with the side body, y'all. Come to a seated position. Use your heels to pull and lift your stomach. Level 1, you can keep feet on the ground. Take a fist and twist. Try and get your elbows all the way to the outside of your knees and tap either right beside you, or see if you can rotate and tap behind you. This is level 1. Level 2, take the feet up and tap. Level 3, extend the legs all the way for your Russian twists and tap. Set that timer for 30 seconds. Let's do it. All right, we're still working the side body. This time we're gonna move up a little bit, get into the serratus anterior. We're gonna get into the deltoids, and it's just gonna feel really awesome. So start out in a side plank, and use your top leg to ground down. A lot of people use the bottom leg and kind of balance on the ankle. Not only is it uncomfortable, but it's a lot less stable. So just like you're in a warrior 2 position, take your outside foot, press toes all the way to the ground, and then take your bottom foot and wrap it around and hook. This is level 2. You want to do level 1, keep your knee to the floor, lower your hips, and lift back up. Level 2, take the foot, hook, lower down, and lift back up for 30 seconds. Level 3, you're going to take this back leg, unhook, and float it. See how it's floating above the ground? And then do your dips to the floor. 30 seconds, go. All right, you did 30 seconds on the left, 30 seconds on the right. Get ready, take that same variation you took on the opposite side. Find your starting position, stay strong in your shoulder, set your timer. Let's do it. Hips down and back up. Whoo! You just crushed those abs. All right, do that whole ab circuit 2 more times if you can. If you still have a little juice in you, go back through arms, go back through legs, and just do everything once to really finish out smooth and clean. I hope you all enjoyed this workout. I know I did, and it works. So just keep doing it, keep sweating, and you'll be just fine. I'll see y'all on the other side.